We're excited that this is our 40th episode, and it's been 1 year since we even had the idea of doing a podcast. This time, we hark back to the early 90s and pour one out for great Aunt Helen. Plus, Crooner revue. Lori does impressions of Cher, Judy Garland, and more. Terri has a Kevin Bacon sighting, and we all agree that VR headsets are nauseating. Welcome to Generation Artax.
Are you ready for us? Come on, Kim. I'm interviewing you. Everybody knows I am the star of the show. As we see.
Hi, I'm Terri. I'm the oldest, and I am in Philadelphia right now. That's why it looks weird.
Oh,
there you go. I'm at Allie's house.
I'm Kim. I'm the middle. And hey, guys, it's our 40th episode.
No.
I feel like we are building quite the library.
40 is a lot. I mean, I know people have been doing podcasts for years, and they do one every other week or whatever. But like, ever since we started, we've been just power through. We've never missed a week.
Yeah, right. No seasons.
Thanks to
we
you.
Are all seasons. We just keep going.
One season.
It's just all one big
one continuous season. But we're in our third season. It'll almost be a year. Before you know it, it'll be a year.
You mean like weather seasons?
Weather seasons.
Yeah, that's what she means. Yeah.
Oh
no, yeah. It'll be a year before we know it.
And the podcast is exactly when I started dating Allie. So a year is also my anniversary in my relationship. Two great things that happened this year.
True.
I'm
Right?
Lori, I'm the youngest, but I'm going to continue on this topic. Was it exactly a year ago that it was now that we started talking about, this is what you're saying. When we started talking about it in July.
No, she's talking about Thanksgiving. Our first episode came out the Tuesday leading into Thanksgiving. And that is when Terri and Allie started talking more seriously.
Yeah.
But like when we started actually like building, where we were researching it and having phone calls.
That was July.
That was July.
Because
'cause I was
August
at the
we
beach.
were.
Yep.
Yep.
That's
Wow, so it's
crazy.
A year? Would you have thought if someone said,
No.
you're thinking about a podcast, a year from now, you'll have 40 episodes?
If you said
Never.
like, how long
No.
have you guys been doing this? How long does it feel? Because I know logically I wouldn't think this, but I would say like 2 months.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the obvious. I thought you were going to say
Yes.
2 years.
No,
me too.
No, to me, this feels like brand new. And yet it's been a
That's
year.
funny.
I think that's wild.
It's so worked into my
you
world.
are in it a lot more. Yeah. You spend you spend so many more hours.
Yours
in
must
it,
feel longer.
So
yeah.
yours
Yeah.
extends in time.
That's true.
You're in it.
I feel like it's been years. It's a part of my whole world. It's so deep. I feel so deep in it. True. True.
Mm-hmm.
But Lori
Good
does
job, you
make
guys.
covers.
Yeah, we want to make sure Lori makes all the
thanks.
cover art. It's so bold and eye-catching and really unique. I've never seen anyone's art look like that. It was inspired by the art that Ryan originally created for us, but Lori's take on it is just, it's eye-popping. Like every time I see it come up, it's like candy. It looks so
I
good.
guess that is fun. You know, it's new to you every time.
It's new every time.
Right.
It's new to me every time. But
What's
also,
it going to be?
not everyone does that. They have the same cover art they just show every week. Not everyone has a new cover.
It just bums me out that you can't see him on Spotify anymore. I don't understand that.
They're going
It's
to
so
change it.
crazy.
Yeah, it's not
You can't see
on
the
Spotify.
cover art?
No.
It's going to change. They're catching up, I'm sure.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. What?
You can see it everywhere else.
You didn't
Spotify
introduce
was a
yourself.
smaller audience anyway.
That's true.
Oh,
What did you
Yeah.
say, Terri, to me?
you said you didn't introduce yourself.
I sure did.
Oh
I did.
my
And then I
God.
said we have 40 episodes. So I said.
And then I
Oh,
introduced
right.
myself.
Also, this is Ivan, who's our guest mascot for the day.
Oh, Ivan Sexy Ugly.
This is Ivan the Terrier. He is
looks-
ugly hot.
Oh my God.
He's
So
part
cute,
puppy,
right?
part bat.
He's part,
He's
puppy,
part bat.
He's also part billy goat.
Oh my
Mm.
goodness.
And when he climbs along the table in the back of the couch, he's like a billy goat, is what he looks
Yeah.
Does he like to be held? He looks like if you squeezed him, it could hurt.
Nah,
No?
he's a real nervous Nelly.
He does have bad ears.
Okay.
Terri,
fine.
you know dogs are not cats.
No, but Allie picks him up all the time.
Yes, but you drop them like they're cats.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
I put him on the
They
table.
don't land the same as a cat. You can drop
you
a
put
cat
him on a
really
table?
high.
Oh no. What are we going to do about this? So let's get into it. You have an entry.
Okay, so we're going to go to June 25th, 1992. It was a Thursday, and I had just finished my sophomore year of high school. So Terri was in college, and Lori just finished her 7th grade. Yeah?
Sounds right.
Okay.
Good times.
I just opened, I picked it out of the stack. I picked a book, and I opened this page. So that's what we're doing.
Oh,
Like I
that's how you
skimmed
did
it. I know what it is, but all right. Life takes such interesting twists and turns. Mom and Dad came in to wake us up this morning. The first thing Dad said was Aunt Helen died.
Oh.
So to set the scene, we were in Key Largo, Florida.
Okay. I was going to say, I was like, what?
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
No, well, that's because I opened to this page when I was in the middle of vacation. So we were in Key Largo, and this huge hurricane rolled in, and our Aunt Helen, who is our mom's aunt, actually, so she was our great Aunt Helen, she had died. Okay, Dad said Aunt Helen died. Mom said she died at 6:00 p.m. last night. Then they told us that it's still pouring rain and not supposed to stop for the rest of the week. She said we were, quote, getting out of here. I thought we were going home, but they said they decided we'll drive up to Orlando and go to Disney World the last few days of the trip. We're all excited, but Mom's been pretty quiet. That's so hard. Like, she's horribly mourning, and we're like, woo, Magic Kingdom.
We're like, Disney, that's awesome.
Yeah. She knew Helen was dying fast, but knowing it's coming doesn't make it any easier when it does. Terri cried a little this morning. I had my breakdown over Helen a few weeks ago. Mom, I don't have any memory of this. Mom went down to where Helen lives to be with her for the last time and to set up hospice or something and to help Harry out, who was her longtime partner. Anyway, Terri left a note for my mom the morning she left for Sarasota. I read it that week and broke down in tears. It was an encouraging note for Mom to help Helen enjoy her last few days. I read it and reread it 100 times, crying more and more each time. So I wasn't hit as hard with the news this morning. Okay. We're in the car now. We've been driving for over an hour and a half. I think the ride to Orlando is about 4 or 5 hours.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm psyched to see Justin Sunday night. I'm already thinking about going home. The rain's been coming down hard all day. The thunder was huge before we left the Sheraton. Yeah. I have a core memory of being outside waiting for, I think Dad went to get the rental car, waiting for him to come. And I remember seeing a young couple, and they turned to us and they go, "We just got married." And we were like, "Oh my God." And then they ran into the rain. I don't know where, like, they ran to their car or something, but I have a weird
storyline I want to follow.
I know.
I know they were so jolly in the hurricane, and their honeymoon was like being ruined. They didn't care. We're stopping in 8 minutes. We all have to pee pretty badly. I hope my bladder doesn't burst all over this rented van. Anyway, so much for good snorkeling. That's okay. I'd rather hang with Mickey. I have to keep writing to get my mind off my dire need to urinate. And then at the bottom, there's Lori's chicken scratch. Lori has the worst handwriting. Yeah, and there's a picture of a grimacing boy, and it says, "I have to pee more," signed Lori Trespicio. And then Lori wrote in my journal, "Hi, you probably won't be able to read this. We're going to Walter's World, Disney World." I don't know what that means. I can't think of anything to
Walt Disney.
Oh, Walter's World. Oh, sorry. I was like, what? I can't think of anything to say because I have to pee. My God, I think my urine has flooded my brain. I will probably sneeze, pee, have urine wax in my ears.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
And then it says, well, I peed. I feel better now. I can't wait for Space Mountain. I'm going to listen to Once on This Island now. See you.
Ooh,
I know.
Good choice.
We were so into that soundtrack.
Oh, that's so good.
Anyway, I have such like real clear memories of this. Like, it was a movie that I'm just kind of remembering that we all were like, we woke up slowly and it was pouring rain and they were like, we're leaving, because it was just a washout.
It was a washout. And I remember that. I also remember standing outside waiting for the car, and it was coming down in sheets.
Sheets, yes.
Really, really bad. And it was sad and weird, but also exciting because we're in a weird place and it's storming and we're going to go to Disney World. Like, that was a nice last minute pivot on their part.
August? Yes. I know, that's where Kim gets
and
it.
And then a couple, And then a couple pages later, it was like, Mom said that we can just do our own thing at the parks. I think she was like, can everybody just
Leave me alone.
leave me alone? We were like, woo, okay. And the
Well, we
three
were
of us
old
just
enough.
like, yeah. I mean, you were in college. It was fine. So, but
Why
that's
didn't we just go home though? You'd think that
because
we'd be
she
like,
felt bad for us. You were on a vacation.
Didn't we
Yeah.
have a vacation, like a part of that trip that happened before that? We didn't just fly there. It was like that was the second leg. I feel like we were somewhere else first.
Well, Disney was only the second leg because
no,
we weren't supposed to have a
I
second
didn't
leg.
think we got there and then just
No,
went to
we
that
were in
hotel.
Key Largo. I jumped into this journal entry. It was in the middle of vacation. That's what I said.
what was it? August? What was it?
No, June. It was June.
Oh, it was June. I want to go
Yep.
grab it. I want to see what I said at that time.
June
Yeah, they'd be fun.
25th, 1992.
Damn, I wish I had mine. My college
I
journals
know.
are at home.
Hold on.
I definitely kept one though, because I was listening a lot to the Indigo Girls, but she is not gay. I was way into it and having all these yearning feelings. I didn't even understand them. But yes,
Yeah.
I was particularly close to Helen. And,
Yep.
you know, I think I knew it was coming for a long time. Because by the time I got to college, she was writing to me less. I knew she was going, but I also knew she was suffering. She was in like a lot of pain. She had bladder cancer or something. That's like, ugh.
I remember
you're at
visiting
that
her in the
point,
hospital.
you don't want her to stay alive at that point. Like, what a misery.
Right.
But she was so full of life. She's a lot of what has inspired me. I mean, she was a child-free aunt with a long-term partner. She did not live with him for a large part of their relationship. He lived with his mom. They were in their 50s.
He took care of his mom.
He took care of his
but
mom.
then she died, obviously.
But wasn't Harry married once before?
Yeah.
I think he was. Yeah. And then the mother died. But that mother, I just remember Aunt Helen complaining to our mom about like Harry's mother. There was a lot of tension there. Obviously, she's the woman who's, you know. Yeah. I will tell you something I know about Aunt Helen. Aunt Helen she wasn't kooky, but she was just so full of life. She wore like big kimonos and big earrings.
Fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
She was like
she was fabulous with like
your pants last time.
Like my pants. She had all these jewels, she had big jewelry on. And I remember thinking, wow, she's really rich. Aunt Helen was not rich. She lived in an apartment in Millburn, New Jersey. It was fine. It was nothing to write home about. And I remember being like, how do you have all these jewels? They seem like the crown jewels. She goes, oh, honey, it's costume. But I was like, I remember writing about this somewhere. I was like, Aunt Helen says they're not real, but they're real. I'm holding them. They're definitely real stones. Like I didn't get it.
Didn't
but she
understand that they were like plastic.
Well, here's a fun story about Aunt Helen. Aunt Helen met Harry, who is this debonair, right? They met at a bar in New Jersey when my aunt was visiting when Mom moved to New Jersey. And she was checking out New Jersey. But she's like, that's cool, but I'm engaged. She was engaged.
Oh,
and
right. You're right.
And Harry was flirting with her because he was like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And it was like, oh, what about, I guess he started hitting on her. She's like, oh, I'm engaged, so I'm not available. And he was like, oh, okay. And she left. She went home. Her fiance, who like family owned a supermarket or something, got a cashier knocked up and was like, we're not getting married anymore. And she was like, what? I remember the devastation. She was like, I'm going to marry this girl. Like, which probably wouldn't happen now. Like,
right.
Probably not.
It's just because she was pregnant. Right.
But she was like, no, because you had to make this woman an honest woman of her, So she thought she was marrying this guy. She divorced. They broke up and he married this other girl. Is that crazy? Then she finds herself back in New Jersey visiting Mom, goes out, runs into Harry again, not long after. And Harry's like, oh, what are you doing back here? She's like, we broke up. And he was like, yes. Score.
Wait, they never got married.
40, 50, when they went to get married, finally, when they were in there, listen to this. They were well into their 70s. They were living in Florida in an, 55 plus, whatever, like home. It was a development. They weren't trailers, but they were these little trailer type place, a really nice place. And Mom's like, oh, Aunt Helen lives with Harry and there's all people her age around. They go to the pool and it's a great time, whatever. It wasn't assisted living or anything. They just lived there.
Right.
And the whole area, that whole community shamed them because they were living together and they were not married. Yeah. And they were 70 fucking 6 years old. So they had to get married to stave off the shame. And so they went to court, just got married in court, whatever. And Mom was there as her witness. And Mom always tells the story that like, how long have you known the bride? And she's like, 40 years.
Yeah.
Like, because she'd known her so long. And then they got married and that was it. But can you imagine that fucking shaming?
I thought they were waiting for something.
But they're fucking boomers. That's why.
I thought they were waiting for someone to die. There was something before they
No,
got
at that
married.
point,
No,
Harry's
it
mother
was
was
about the
dead.
development.
They
It was
were
about the
living.
development.
It was about
Yeah.
the development. They were like, I remember thinking they had to get married, even though they didn't care if they did, but they had to for other people. And I remember thinking, how fucking dumb. I'll never get married for other people. The fuck?
Right.
I'll never get married,
Right.
period. Hey, it's Terri from Generation Artax. And listen, I love a good story. Who doesn't? If you didn't, you wouldn't bother with books, TV, movies, or even podcasts. We love listening to stories, but there's also something really powerful about writing your own. You may see yourself as a reader or a listener, and maybe you wouldn't dare call yourself a writer. But here's the truth. If you can read, you can write. If there's something you would love to write, share, or get out there, there is no better or safer place to do it than this little program I run called the New Rules Studio, or Studio for short. It's a live, virtual, real-time writing space led by certified instructors where you get to explore your own ideas, your own creativity, memories, stories without judgment or criticism. Since you're a listener of this podcast, I would like to invite you to come write with me for free. You can get the invite at territrispicio.com/write with me. That's territrispicio.com/write with me.
I didn't have that much to add, and I think I wrote. I think I read about some of this before, but I did say I'm on the plane to Florida. Some lady gave me a bitch look because I couldn't get my table thing up. Terry said I have horrible handwriting, which is true. The next couple of lines, I'm going to write nice. And then I write nice cursive. See, I could write nice if I wanted to. Not. I literally put not in all caps.
Wow, that's really
Those
smart.
are the times. Those are the not times.
Well, that's when it started. Yeah.
Yeah. And you like always kind of bombed in a way.
It was always
like,
it was always bombed. It was so sarcastic. Like, want to come with us? Not.
So lame.
It's really bad.
And then I get really mad at the lady. I remember, I can remember it so perfectly. I was trying to get my thing up and I couldn't get the latch down.
Right.
And so I kept like pushing it up and she like turned around and screamed at me. And I was like so enraged.
Because you were probably pushing it.
Well, you wanted to go like this and push the back against the chair so you can just turn it.
Right. Instead, I was like, that bitch just underlined, just told me to stop with the table. I had to put it up. I am going to kill her.
Oh my God.
In all caps.
Wow. That's
7th grade Lori.
This is like, just freshly pubescent.
Yeah.
Why do people do that? Now I hate her. I said, once we get to Miami, we have to drive 1 hour to, and I didn't know how to spell. I didn't know it was like a key Largo. So I put Key Largo because that's probably how it sounded when the Beach Boys sing it. Key Largo.
Montego.
They said Curlago?
Curlago.
They didn't. It's just how she heard it.
Baby, what? Yeah, no, they didn't say it like that.
Did we love that song?
I loved it.
No, I didn't.
Oh my God, I still love it. I've always loved it because I thought all those places, except that Kokomo, apparently, I later learned that Kokomo was apparently not that great, but it sounds great. Right. It sounds like coconut. I don't know. I just said on July 3rd, Key Largo, which I learned how to say correctly, spell correctly, was rainy. We went to the Everglades. That was fun. On 6/25. Right. That was the
I remember seeing
that was that trip.
Alligators.
The airboat.
We would like scream as loud as we could and we couldn't hear ourselves. And it was in the rain.
Yeah.
We didn't see anything. But
why would we go out with alligators? You couldn't pay me to go out there now. Why?
Oh, I did it. I did it last summer. Was it last summer or 2 summers ago with Joe and Mason Kenzie? We did the airboat.
There was that story about that
really
fun unlicensed guy who had people and then he accidentally flipped the boat. Everyone went in the water. No, nobody was hurt, but
how could you even flip those boats? They don't flip.
They turned. I don't know.
That's the fun of them.
Maybe you hit something. Yeah. Anyway, June 25th, Aunt Helen died. I'll miss her, but she's in heaven, so I didn't cry for that long. We drove to Disney World and went to every park. We went to the coolest ride at Universal Studios, Back to the Future. You go in this car that bounces around while you watch the screen big, and it's really like you're there. Oh, I spelled you're wrong. Yikes. And then I go on about how much I hate some guy named Dominic, and I don't ever remember a Dominic, but I must have hated him a lot. Sort of
Did you
like how
go?
I used to tell things to Gary.
I was going to say, did you talk to Gary about it?
Yeah, I talked to Gary about how much I hate Dominic. Like, who the fuck
You
are these
hated
people?
Dominic.
No idea.
I remember that Back to the Future ride because that was maybe the first time it was a screen ride. That was the first time I experienced that.
But it wasn't just the screen because you were looking at the screen through the car.
Yeah, you were in a thing and it would move a little. But
right.
that was one of the first times we experienced that. I remember being like, whoa. So and cool. I remember going down toward the clock. Remember what the lightning strikes the clock, and I remember being like, whoa. And I was like, why do I feel like I'm doing it? And I'm really not going anywhere. It was really trippy. It's still.
And you hear the voices and it's like, look out, Marty. Like you're in a video game. It's so cool. And now
I think Universal has too many of them still. Too many. They're higher end than those were, but those make me nauseous. I want to be on a real ride and a real roller coaster. Yeah.
Well, this is what I'm afraid of, is that I am going to see the Backstreet Boys at the Sphere in Vegas later this summer. Oh. And I won't read anything about it because I don't want to put it in my head, what people are saying. Mm-hmm. I will be taking all the precautions as if I'm going on a boat.
Yes.
I'll have my vibrating Vegas nerve watch, and I'll have taken Dramamine for several days. I'm also going to take a little bit of a Xanax. I'm not going to drink it all.
Right.
No. But Xanax and all that stuff. And because I think they say it's 4D. So I'm afraid that you don't stand up. It's a seated experience. And I'm afraid it's going to feel. They said if anyone feels funny, just go out into the hallway. So I guess they let you leave.
They have to let you leave. Well, I always let you leave. No one can ever say you can't leave.
Yeah, no. Avatar.
Well, you could leave and not come back.
No, you can leave. If you were sick and you walked somewhere and knocked the whatever it is, they'd let you leave. No one can ever say you can't leave. That's a fire. I mean, maybe not when you're mid roller coaster.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The concert's like going to be like, what, 90 minutes? I'm going to be stuck in the chair. I can't handle it. I guess they have water spray at you and smells, and that's fine.
That might feel good.
But I don't want it to be, when you go over the ocean, the drowning song.
Yeah, you definitely, just as long as you take
talk about
stuff.
It.
As long as you what?
As long as you take stuff.
I don't even know. Sometimes it doesn't work. What, Lori?
I can't even talk about it. If I talk about vertigo, I get vertigo.
Like, I know. Me too. I can't.
Do.
Oh my God. Let's not talk about it. Let's not talk
about it.
Yeah, but I paid to go. I hate to not.
Just close your eyes. I didn't even know you like Backstreet Boys that much.
No, I
think she's going for the experience.
It's Kimmy.
Oh, you're going with your
Kimmy's
younger friend.
Weekend.
Yeah, and that was definitely there. Yeah.
That's their thing. Yeah. They're all like a little worried. And someone I think said something to Kimmy and she's like, she'll be fine, but I'm not going to be fine. And I hate to do that.
Yeah.
But the problem is, as we walk in, I'm going to be nervous, and that makes it worse because you're walking in there and you're like, oh God. Like I might run out of there. And then I paid like $300 for tickets for a show I'm not going to see.
Oh, it's $300.
Well, why don't you plan to not be nervous and plan that it's going to be cool? Because I think it also depends on where your seats are. Some people don't get sick at all.
So you're probably up on each other's shoulders. Why don't they have a section that's just still? Why can't they have a regular?
Yeah, but
section?
Your friends wouldn't want that though.
I want to go. And if it gets to be too much, I don't know why they don't give you an option.
What do you mean still?
That doesn't move.
She's saying if the seats move. I don't think the seats move.
I don't think the seats do move.
Yeah.
Would you look? I'm not going to look because if I look at stuff, it's going to scare me. Lori, can you just
seen many videos.
What?
I've seen many videos of it.
Of the seats and see if the seats move.
They're just, no, they don't. I really don't think they move. They're just really like
steep.
So that you can have.
You don't think you go like this?
No,
I really don't.
No, it's not a ride. It's no.
Oh,
absolutely not.
Really don't.
Okay, fine.
They do have this theater in LA that shows, there's a word for it, where they extend the screen. It's not really
peripheral vision.
It's something like that, but it's not like Omni. But they take old movies and they somehow made it so that you are submersed in it.
Oh, I love
so
that
like
idea.
it's not necessary. It doesn't change things. It just extends it. So like
it's like one big VR headset.
Yeah, but like
for the
watching
whole audience.
like Wizard of Oz, but they had it where it was the Matrix, which I know.
Oh man,
but like
that's intense.
You know when he first is aware of the Matrix and they have him go into it to teach him about fighting and whatever. So they're like putting the program in and it's all in a white room and then stuff flies by real fast. And on the screen, stuff's flying, but then it's actually
like
it's like all around you becomes that big white space. And so
that's going to be the future, is just no more looking at just one screen. You're going to be in the thing.
You're going to be in it. And so when they shoot a bullet, or a laser thing, it goes past the screen and you can see it keep going.
Do you remember the
landscape?
Remember the first 3D thing we went to? I think it was the Muppets. It was a 3D show.
They just took that down recently, actually.
My point is, it was our first 3D thing, and something went out to the audience, and I remember looking in everyone's hand, like everyone
Hollywood
reached
Studios.
up, and it was like,
yes.
Hollywood Studios.
Hollywood
Studios. That was crazy. That was really crazy.
They just
I assume
recently closed that one.
3D. I assume that the Sphere is 3D also.
Sphere is not 3D.
Oh, it's only 4D.
You don't have glasses.
Oh, you don't.
So in Graham, I put on their VR. They have all different kinds of games, right? I put it on one, and I immediately, I was like, nope. I walked.
You got sick?
Oh yeah, I walked around, and then I stepped off of something and like fell down a flight, and I was like, took it right off. I was like, absolutely not.
I don't know how people aren't hurting themselves. They say they're keeping you in one spot, but it's so.
It doesn't keep you in one spot.
No,
I love those videos.
Wait, when they first came out, literally, I'm talking 10 years ago, if that, the New York Times sent out a cardboard set of like the cheap ones just to subscribers. And they said, here's a couple shorts just to get a feel for it. I mean, it's so expensive to film those. So you would just hold them on. They were like really janky, but it was like you would get 3 minutes of the experience. That's it. And there was one where you go underwater, and you were like, okay, we're going to go underwater with this explorer. And first you're on the boat, which is terrible. And then you're underwater. And I realized, of course, it's not a big deal to people who've done VR, but if you haven't experienced it, even the janky version, you turn your head and you would see around you, and you realize that you might have a different experience every time because you didn't look over there that time.
Yeah.
You could watch it again and go, wait, I look over there. And there was one that was an animated world. So now you're in a cartoon. I've never done heavy drugs, but I feel like that's what that would be like. Where I was in there, I turned around and like a big cartoon rabbit like waved at me. I turned around, he was gone. Like I was like, this is
my God.
Well,
so trippy.
That's what all their games are right now.
Right. But it's so real
like
that. And I said, well, I know that I'm just seeing it on a screen, but when I took them off, it was more jarring than I expected. It was like, whoa, like it wasn't even like you turn on TV and you turn off TV. Like it does something to your brain. I don't know.
I think so. You know what's the most bonkers is when people wear a VR headset. It's a whole different thing when you're on a physical roller coaster.
Why the fuck would you do that?
I don't even understand the level.
Because if you're on the physical roller coaster, you see the park and you see where you are in our reality.
Oh,
you put on the VR thing. It could be an underwater thing. It could be anything. Like they have whatever it is.
I can't think of anything.
You've never even heard of that?
No, I would think you'd be moving around with these goggles on your head. It's probably not safe to have these very expensive things on your face when you're going like 80 miles per hour.
It's a thing. So it's like there's a whole other like world you're in. I would not do that.
You wouldn't do that. That's interesting. Even though you're on an actual ride.
I like to be grounded on the ride, knowing that I'm on the ride. I don't want to like think I'm zipping through the ocean or whatever. Like I
know you're not zipping through the ocean.
Well, same as any VR. You guys said you get nauseous on it.
Yeah.
You know you're not.
You know you're in your living room. In the ocean, in it, and not on it, I wouldn't feel sick.
Correct. Because
okay, well, whatever it is, I don't want to be in a screen.
No, I hear
you. I get it. I get not wanting to do any of these things.
My favorite part of the VR thing is like if they ask, like sometimes Graham asks me like, oh, I can't, like I need to restart it. You put it on, there's a menu. But so when you put it on, you can actually see everything around you when like the game isn't on.
Your room.
Yeah, which is weird because like you're wearing this thing that looks like, how could you possibly see? So you could see around you. And then the screens are, like to look at the settings. It looks like a normal settings scene, except it's just floating in the air.
That's so weird.
In the room. And so then you use the little handle things to point to it or to like type stuff in. And I'm like, if this weren't so big and heavy, I would love to just do my regular job wearing that. If it wasn't
just like,
so like heavy
you're like
on
a precog. You're a precog.
Totally. No. Yeah. Totally. Minority Report, with the screens and all that. It looks like that. But I'm like, if I could do that, but like, work on my Excel and my Outlook.
I mean, that is where it's going. That is where.
Then you don't need all the stuff and all the, around you. Right. Because it's like, you don't need the desk and all
you
that.
could just pull screens over. Yeah, you could do whatever.
Right.
But aren't you afraid that literally if he's just moving around with that thing on at any second, if he goes to fight someone, he could punch you in the face? Or can he
that has happened. We are all aware of that now. So we know, like, so
that's
it's
very
like
scary to me.
Well, we know what his circle is. Like, you have to draw a circle and it tells you if you're out of the circle.
It'll keep you in there?
It won't literally keep you, but it does make sure that
give you guidance.
Yes. Okay. So you know where you are. Smart. What if you fell down the stairs or something,
Well, that's what the funny
you're not
TikToks
supposed
are.
to walk. That's just people. They just take off running. It's crazy. But anyway, so he'll be there and he'll be punching. So you're always aware. You'll be like, Graham, I'm walking near you. Do not punch. Do not kick. But I've absolutely walked past him and like, boom, like he'll be fighting in the air. And then I got like punched.
There should be a special room, a padded room.
Well, they actually have these cool things I saw that Disney, probably Disney, was coming out with, where it's this type of floor that it's like almost like a million of little beads, but they're together. So somehow you stand on it and you fully walk, and it keeps you in your exact spot.
Underneath
but they're round. They're like little spheres. So you can go in all directions at any speed.
That's wild.
I don't even know how you get into the center of it, but somehow you get onto it, and it's a decent enough space. Then you put the VR on and you can fully run in any direction and walk and all that, because you won't bump into anything because it keeps you in that space.
Wouldn't that be cool for fitness?
Wait,
you could go for
that's like a thing. That's a thing for your house, or you go somewhere.
It didn't say. It was like a new technology that they were inventing.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
I don't know if they were like, one day this will be in your homes.
Oh, I imagine it will be.
Yeah, because you could. Right. You probably could, like, oh, I'm going to go for a run in the Amazon right now.
I mean, we do have, they do have that for treadmill things, but there's no huge screen. But I mean, that's not far.
But there should, I'm sure there's a virtual thing that you could do when you're on a treadmill, right? You could put a virtual thing on and be on a treadmill and just run one direction.
Yeah, you could. That could be dangerous. But this, I guess, the part of it that's so cool is how you can like change direction. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? I'll find the clip somewhere. I saw it a while ago.
You know, how many hundreds or thousands, I'm sure, of near-death experiences when people say they die and they're like, then it felt like I was in real reality. And when I thought back to my life, it just felt like a video game. They all say that. It's like we're all in.
They felt like this was a video game.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then when they woke up, it was real. But real is always a little disappointing.
I don't know. They're like, it feels so real. Like real is when after you die. And then they're like, when they think back on their life, they're like, oh my God, it was like a fuzzy video game. Dreamy. They all say that. So many people say that.
When you wake up and you're like Dorothy, and it was like, oh, it was just a dream. It was just a bad storm. That's a bit of a disappointment, isn't it?
Well,
you wake up and go, oh, I thought I achieved stuff, and it was just a stupid dream, and now I'm awake, and I'm just a soul.
From the ones I watch, no, they don't feel that way, because then they remember why they chose to go, and then they're happy because you're always happy over there. So none of them are all bummed out. They're like, this is awesome. I don't want to go back. And they're like, you kind of have to go back. And they're like, no.
No, they always do not want to come back. They're like, I don't go back to having an ego. And
they'll be like, oh, but you were just a sophomore. You have 2 more years.
Right. Right. It's like you decided to go to med school and you knew it was going to be brutal. And it's like, you got to finish.
No. That's always it. They're like, you have to go back to your life now. It's like, no, but I'm ready to come there.
Nobody wants
trapped,
to.
As Allie says, in a hell realm.
Oh. Okay.
This world, the life we're in, is a hell realm?
That's what she just said.
Well, because they say this is hell because because it has great parts, but also anyone can hurt you at any time. You don't know when you're going to be. Any horrible thing could happen to anyone, and everyone dies at some point. No one knows why. It is a kind of just one really big Squid Game. Right? That's kind of what it is. It's not that we don't enjoy it. We particularly had a very nice go of it. But at the same time, anything can happen anytime. And so that means we're not totally secure. And that's kind of a hell realm.
It's not meant to be.
Horrors that go on.
Well, I don't consider that.
I'm not saying I'm assigned
imagine worse hells.
Oh, way worse. People are living in hell right now here. So I don't know. I don't love to think of it as all good or all bad or heaven, hell. But I just think I've probably had really lousy lives before this. And I'm not looking forward to having any lousy ones after. That's all.
Okay.
That's it.
It was dark. Do you want to do an unrelated?
I don't think this is a hell world, but
I don't think so either.
I don't think I'm in hell, but I think
I
the game setup of a hell realm is
it's everybody's choosing.
To have an experience. If it was all guaranteed to be just fine, there was no point of coming here.
Yes,
that's
true.
The point.
True. I don't think I'm being punished. I'm just saying.
No, it's what I always talk to Erin about, because she's, sometimes she's like, how can anyone ever choose these things? It's not possible. I go, well, think about when you decide to sit down and watch Schindler's List, or you're like, I'm going to watch this horror movie or whatever. I'm like, you sit down choosing to experience that, to be deliberately be scared or sad or heartbroken. And you're like, choosing that. And you're like, why are you doing that? You're like, I don't know. It was kind of an experience.
It's an experience, and because you're not in control of it, you don't know what's going to happen on the screen, right? In our lives, you don't know what's going to happen. I'm convinced this is why people, not the only reason, but I think this is why the ultimate is to make things, and people are happiest when they're making things, not just creatives, but just people. Like, they might not see themselves as a writer, but I've seen people really enjoy writing. And in particular, when you scratch the surface of anyone who enjoys writing, the only reason they'll say they can't write X is because someone told them, or they thought they had to be better to do it. But when you really scratch the surface of any writer, they have fantasies about fiction. Not all, but there's something to writing fiction that I'm discovering in the little I've done, is that it's the only time you get to play God. You get to put people through whatever you want. It's the only place you're in control of everything. So it makes you feel like a god. Same thing when you write music or write a movie or create a thing. Anywhere else in our lives, like, we're not in control of any of it.
Right.
So as much as people think this art is free, I think it's kind of control. You don't agree?
No, I said, I think they say serving in any kind of way, feeling like you're giving back or contributing. Even
feels great
for us. It feels great. If
no one asked us to do this. Literally not one person asked us to.
But like, if anyone says that they enjoy it, it's like, oh, I'm so happy doing it. Because otherwise, I mean, we enjoy doing it, so it's fine if nobody else does. But like, but you know what I mean? Like, that's the fun part, is like, oh, did we entertain you, or did we make you think about something? Like, that's the fun.
Yeah.
Like I still can't get over that we got a review, and don't hesitate to write one if you are thinking about it, because we got a review from a stranger, and it said, I stumbled upon this podcast and I'm so glad I did, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just going to start from the beginning and keep listening, watching all of them. And I'm like, a stranger stumbled upon us?
That is very odd. Yes.
And they're binging it. Like I was so blown away. I'm like, if there's one, there could be others.
But they're also not binging it because we're any different. They're binging it because it reminds them of themselves in some way. That's the ones I listen to. I'm like, oh, it feels like jokes I make with my friends. And so it's like the ultimate connection. You're right. It's not just that art is trying to control people or control a thing, but it is such a powerful way to connect, because they don't have to really know us to feel connected to us and themselves in some way. Right.
Because we have all heard people say, yeah, I mean, I love it. Maybe it's just because I know you guys. And it's like, oh,
that's actually a disappointment.
I know. But that was the first real affirmation for me. Someone wrote that review. Actually, I should see who it was.
And yes, please give them a shout out.
Yes. Whoever this reviewer was, Mushkin 16. Mushkin 16, MOSHKIN 16. You have brought us deep joy.
Come on down.
Oh, thank
you. Because I don't even know if it's a guy, a girl, it doesn't matter. But it doesn't matter. But people have said that to us. Oh, you're so funny, but maybe it's because I know you. And it's like, oh, well, we hope we're funny otherwise.
Again, it's like, do people know they love you because you made a thing and they know you? But when you make a thing and they don't know you, that's wild.
Also, why not just give the compliment? Why do you have to, why do you have to give anything after that? I think
the only reason I like it.
Maybe the only reason I think you're great is because of something else.
Yeah.
Maybe you're not actually great.
Imagine if they were like, I love it, but then again, I don't really know you. That's why I love it. I'm sure if I knew you, I'd hate it. That would be worse.
Yeah.
Do you have an unrelated, Kim?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do it.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Why don't you explain? What's an unrelated?
Yeah, what's an unrelated?
We know you've heard Generation Artax, but are you subscribed? Hit the follow button wherever you listen to podcasts. That's one less thing to worry about and one more thing to look forward to. We'd love to keep this show going, and you can help. Please rate and review. Thanks.
It's happening right now.
We have a segment that we call Unrelated that I'm going to ask a question that is completely unrelated to everything else we've said before. I have a very hard time with that
This
word.
is a really, yeah.
Every time I say it, I go, unrelated.
We have an umbrella, blah, blah.
I have an unrelated. God,
Okay.
that's hard. Why is that so hard? Okay.
No.
Name one or two people who
Wow.
you would say are the most recognizable in any time and space you are, most recognizable singing voices.
Wait.
You'd know their singing voice anywhere or speaking voice?
You'd know it in any song, in any collaboration, anywhere.
The first one comes to mind is so fucking random.
I have one too.
It's not even my favorite. There is no
about
mistaking Peter Cetera.
That was mine! That was mine!
Wow.
What?
Yes. I was driving home from getting my haircut today, and I was listening to I am a man who will fight for your honor. And I was like, I would know that voice anywhere. And I've heard him in other songs.
You thought of the question today because of him, and he's the first one I said. Out of all singers of all time.
Yeah.
Which
is funny because I feel like he kind of sounds like Christopher Cross.
No.
There's like a similarity there.
That's my whole point. They're in the same universe of
Do you
singers.
remember the duet with Amy Grant? Next time I fall.
Oh, I love that one. It's very repetitive. It's
I'll know better what to do. I'll know better what to do. That's an awkward wording.
Next time I fall in love, I'll know better what to do.
As I look into your eyes, the next time I fall in love.
There's a few.
His voice has like a fabric to it. It's like you can feel it.
Yeah, Amy Grant's does too.
When they were, that behind the scenes, remember that Frozen 2, like behind the scenes thing?
Oh,
and they were trying to write Into the Woods, and they were like thinking Peter Cetera songs, 80s Peter Cetera songs. That's why that song's amazing.
I'm rewatching that whole documentary.
I have another one.
I put it on the other day. I thought Evie would be into it.
You have to be in the mood for a documentary. Another singer totally could never ever mistake it is Cher.
True. Yeah, you can't miss her anywhere. Yeah.
Does she love me? I wonder. Lori does a better job. Does he love me?
Movie. What? You want to do it?
You do it. Or is it? What about another one? Is it? Do you believe? That was the first auto-tune song.
Yeah, I need auto-tune. I never actually know what she says there. Do you believe in love?
In life after love.
Life after love.
Do you believe in life after love after love? I mean, there's like the old school ones. Like, well, I listen to a lot of Julie Andrews and not Judy Blume.
Nope. She didn't sing. Nope.
Judy Garland.
Yeah.
Do a little ditty of Judy Garland. Like, I don't even know what I think of when I think of her singing. What's the song she sings?
That I can imitate her off the top. Oh, actually, I listened to like albums of hers for a while, which is really weird.
Ooh.
I'm trying to remember them. Like when she was a little bit older. I say older. She looked like she was like 70, but she was like 34.
She was not old. Yeah.
I know. Sad.
Rough life. That one.
I don't think I'm going to be able to make it sound like her, but there was one that I used to love singing called Life is Like a Bowl of Cherries.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You know it? Life is just, it's just a bowl of cherries. Don't take it serious. Life's mysterious. You work, you save, you worry so, but you can't take your dough when you go, go, go. Keep repeating, it's the berries. You know the strongest. I can't remember all the words. the best things in life to you were just loaned. I don't know. I have to listen to her.
Wow.
Imitation,
so
totally
good.
right.
So good. How
That's
random.
so
You had a
good.
Judy Garland album phase.
Did. I could do.
I love it.
but
Please
I
learn
take care of
the
these
whole
other people in the
song.
other room.
I want to
I
hear
know
that
it.
song. So good.
Yeah,
Anyone else
I
you can
loved
think of?
it.
Anyone else whose name comes up for you when you that you
These
know
are
it?
so random, but like Gene Kelly, I loved him.
Kelly?
I was obsessed with
Lori,
him.
we're getting a
No.
little view into your past, one of your past lives.
Wait, do
No,
one
it's
thing
I
of Gene
listened to.
Kelly's.
Well, I can't imitate him, but he was in
Sure you can.
Brigadoon, so I listened to it a lot. I watched a lot of
Okay.
Brigadoon repeatedly, and then I was
Right.
obsessed with him. And even though I knew he was dead, I was still disappointed when I found out he was gay, as though I like lost my chance with him or something, even though he was a
Interesting.
dead man from like the 40s. I was like, oh,
Yeah, from
That's
a
weird.
long time ago.
oh, he wouldn't have loved me. And then I heard he was a jerk, but whatever.
All those guys were.
But he is such a distinct voice, I think.
Oh my God, how do we not just say it? Frank Sinatra, Avi. Frank Sinatra, Barbara Streisand.
Right.
Right.
No, I mean like the guy who kind of replaced Frank Sinatra. Who's the guy who's like, he's like our age.
Harry
What's his
Connick.
name?
No,
Harry Connick Jr.?
No.
the younger
other guy.
one. The one
Michael
at Christmas.
Bublé.
Bublé.
Michael Bublé.
Our dad
song?
loves a crooner.
Crooner,
Yes,
yeah.
he loves the crooners.
Yes.
And
He
isn't
loved
Michael
Harry
Bublé
Connick Jr. though, remember?
He did?
God.
I saw him.
You did.
His son went to BC, and we were walking around campus once, and we were walking into the bookstore, and it was me, Joe, Mason, and Kens. They were pretty little. And we were walking in, there was a small crowd gathered right outside the bookstore in that little area with the chairs. And I heard his voice, and I was like, oh my God. And he was on America's Got Talent at the time. And so he was very in people's
In the
living rooms at the time.
zeitgeist.
Yeah, in the zeitgeist. And so I was like, what's happening over there? And Joe immediately was like, that's Harry Connick Jr. because his son goes here. I'm like, why do you know that? So random. But yeah, isn't that weird?
Yeah.
That is weird. I feel like we loved him because he was such like he was so croony and like, what a squeaky clean guy. And then he played like a scary, crazy guy in a movie.
He did.
Then I was like, oh, you're creepy.
Yeah.
I have his song Recipe for Love on regular rotation in my favorite playlist.
That's the recipe for making love.
Making love.
Even though I
Yeah.
hate making love.
I was obsessed with his song Drifting, which was the saddest song ever, I thought.
Uh-huh.
Do you
I don't know
remember
that.
It
No.
was in that same album that we always listened to. It was like, I see your eyes drifting. I'm really not that naive. You say your heart isn't drifting. Like while I wear my heart on my sleeve. It was so sad. It's like, and it ends like, you're drifting and I'm losing you.
Oh,
it's
geez.
a really sad song about him watching someone drifting away and like losing interest in you, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's very sad.
No, I was on the corner of the CD of a little bit of me and a whole lot of you. Add a dash of sugar and a dozen roses too. Then when it fries from 100 years from 2, and that's the recipe for making love. And if you get it right, you'll know it. It's not like anything we've made before. And if you get it wrong, you'll know it, 'cause it won't keep you coming back for more.
Oh yeah.
I didn't get it from my grandma's book upon the shelf. Didn't get it from the magical of culinary house. No, little birdie told me you can make it by yourself, and that's the recipe for making love.
That's the recipe for making
love. Jazz hands.
Totally jazz hands.
I know what it is. He was in the movie Copycat with Sigourney Weaver and the guy from Stealing Home.
He was good in that.
He was both. Yes. They're all good in that. And he was the crazy guy. And the guy from Stealing Home was the scary guy. Stalker.
Oh.
He was super hot though.
William something.
Well, McNamara.
William McNamara. Yeah. Harry Connick Jr. looks pretty good. I don't know about William McNamara though. Oh no, he looks
the
good.
same.
Here's my Kevin Bacon story though, before we go, which is my friend Paulette had gone on a date with she's in her early 40s, and she went on a date with a guy in his 60s. And she said, I felt the age gap just a little bit too much. I was too aware of it. And I was like, I get that. I said, but there's plenty of 6-year-olds who you'd be hot for. I go, look at fucking Kevin Bacon. I'm like, he's in his 60s. I'm like, he's absolutely so hot still, right? And we're like, yeah, of course, Kevin Bacon, he'll be the model. And so we're walking, and literally not 10 minutes later, we're walking around the park as we were. And there goes Kevin Bacon. She goes, oh my God. I go, what? She goes, that's Kevin Bacon. And she started, I go, don't you dare bother Kevin Bacon on his morning walk. Let him be. We will not interrupt Kevin Bacon. It was like seeing a snow leopard.
See, you probably didn't have to feel bad about that, because did you ever see that he was on his talk show, and he was talking about how he had this prosthetic company, makeup artist company, put these prosthetics on him and make him look nothing like himself, but not like, you know what I mean? Just a person walking around, but not like him. And then he walked into the Grove, which is a very popular outdoor mall in LA. And he said he like walked through it, and he was fully anonymous. Like nobody noticed him. And I don't remember even what talk show he was on, but they were like,
yeah, I remember this.
How was it? He's like, I hated it.
Really?
He's been famous his whole life. He was, I would think
he'd love it.
I would think.
Well, it's like you literally feel invisible when you're used to the world receiving you a certain way. Your whole life, basically, you would actually, it would be like that TikTok of the little girl and the whole family pretended she wasn't there. I mean, that's what you'd feel like. You'd be like, I'm crazy, because the world is receiving you in a totally different way. I mean,
I think it's well, I don't know what it's like to be famous. I don't think
maybe you made him feel invisible. Maybe you should have said something, because poor Kevin Bacon just walked through the park. Maybe no one said a word.
He wasn't wearing prosthetics, so maybe he wanted to be noticed.
Exactly.
Right.
That's what you say.
But does he really want to be bothered? He just maybe didn't like the idea of not being noticed. You know what I mean? There's a difference.
Just yelled out, "Love you, Kevin Bacon. You look great."
Yeah, I guess I could have.
I mean, he decided to go on a talk show and say that he did not like not being recognized in
That's
public.
the ego. Well, yeah, but I am about famous people. I get so fucking awkward and weird. Except one time I saw Kathleen
Turner.
I went to have brunch. I told you the story, but I'm going to tell you again. Because
no,
everyone knows it.
You didn't tell it.
First, no, but I've told it to you in my life, and I know you have a problem with me repeating stories.
No, I'm just on the podcast.
Okay. Yeah. So it was my first fall in New York City, and it was like around my birthday, and I was like, I'm taking myself out to brunch. I didn't know anyone yet. I didn't have any friends yet. And so I walked to Cafe Luxembourg, which is like a New York institution. I lived right around the corner from it. I didn't realize what a big deal that restaurant is. But I went in, got a table. I got a seat at the bar and had brunch. And I'm looking across the way, and I'm like, could be Kathleen Turner. Don't know. Looks a lot like Kathleen Turner. And it's this woman who looks like Kathleen Turner, wearing her glasses, reading her Kindle with her makeup on and everything. She's not like in a hat, and she's reading her Kindle and drinking a martini. And the bartender comes, she goes, I was like, is that her? And then she goes, bartender, can I have a little more of this dirty martini, but more martini, more vodka in this one. And I was like, oh my God, that's definitely her. That voice is speaking of voices. I was like, it's her. And I was like, she's sitting here in public. She could sit at home and read. And she's all dressed up. And she's sitting there. And, it's Cafe Luxembourg. Everyone's too cool for school. No one talked to her. And so I'm sitting there eating for a while. And soon the bar clears out. And it's just me and her. And I was like, well, I'm going to leave now. And so I was like, well, it's not like you're going to call out in front of people. I'm
right.
Like, I got to do something. So I was like, I paid my bill. And I was like, hey, Kathleen. And she like looked up at me. And I said, you look beautiful. And she goes,
oh,
thank you. Like she was like that smiley, and I was like, that's it. As I'm leaving, no pressure. I'm not going to bother you. But like, you know what? You want to be seen, and seen is beautiful. And she is one of the great beauties in all of Hollywood. One of the great beauties.
I mean,
that felt like the right thing.
The Stone a million times.
Yeah, you were particularly obsessed with that, Lori.
I was obsessed with that. I was.
Why?
And the music. I thought the movie was so good. It's probably because there's a whole bunch of people looking for a big giant gem, which is
that's true. Is that why you also like Titanic?
Yeah, right. Yeah. No, because then they throw it away, and it's
and you also love Lord of the Rings. She loves anything with her chasing jewelry. My precious.
That's not the same. That is so not the same. But
did you idolize her?
I thought she was so beautiful, and their chemistry was amazing.
Yeah.
And she was just kind of like tough, and they were on this whole adventure. I mean, it's kind of sad because she was basically her sister was kidnapped, and that's like the whole thing is her trying to get that thing. And it was weird because I need to rewatch it now, because it was like, wasn't it they modeled the storyline after a book she wrote?
I don't remember.
That's how she knew where to go. And so when they finally get to the place where they find the jewel, they dug this statue out of this puddle of milk. And, it was obviously some weird material dripping in a cave. And then when they take out this ugly, gross statue, she's like, in my first book, they hid the gem inside the statue, and then he broke it, and this giant gem came out.
So I forgot that part. She's a romance.
I don't understand why is it in her book? Like, what? So I don't know.
That's weird.
Yeah, it would probably make more sense if you watched it as an adult.
You
probably were missing some things to it. Yeah.
Didn't he at some point say in the movie, "Come on, Kathy"? Like they were like kind of bickering,
something like that. I don't think her name was Kathy.
Her name wasn't Kathy though.
But I loved. They were just. He was so great in it. The two. It's a great movie, so good, which is why they did many more movies together. Yeah, Jewel of the Nile was only just okay.
Jewel of the Nile. Oh my god!
But they did have that amazing Billy Ocean song that came from Jewel of the Nile with all three of them in the music video in white suits.
What's the song?
Get a river so deep.
No. No, it was.
What am I thinking?
Can I hold her? Can I hold her? Do the thing that lovers do. Oh,
that's right.
Yeah.
Ooh, wanna touch you?
Touch you? Can I touch you?
What's the refrain?
When the going gets tough, get go. When the going gets rough.
That's right. That's
from that movie. It's rough. Oh, yeah.
Because they were all in the video.
Wow.
It was like the official song of the movie.
Yeah.
Okay, now I want to Google that video. Yeah. Some good ones,
Yeah.
Really good.
I'm glad everybody could come to our music video.
Yeah.
Podcast. Yeah, today's a real. I mean, we're gonna call back. We gotta acknowledge the greats and all these good things. I love it.
Yeah. All right. Well, you need to eat something.
I'm not cutting that. Wait, can we? Okay. All right. Well, that's enough.
That's enough. Bye.
That's enough.
This episode of Generation Artax was produced by us, edited by us, and hosted by us. Our theme music is by Danielle Musto. Art and design by Ryan Andrews of ryanmade.com. Please follow, rate, and review to help save more Gen Xers from the swamps of sadness. Follow us on Instagram at Generation Artax, that's ARTAX, and visit us at generationartax.com.